The NEC meeting of the ANC, which would normally be a no-media-allowed platform for strategy, unity, and collective decision-making, turned into a political battle this week. It was through this that, in an unprecedented turn of events, President Cyril Ramaphosa walked out after a bitter and fiery confrontation with the party's Secretary-General, Fikile Mbalula. Insiders say the clash erupted during a heated discussion of the ANC's sliding popularity and growing electoral threats. Mbalula, known for his blunt approach, launched a scathing attack on the leadership of Ramaphosa, accusing him of failing to give decisive direction now that the party is under extraordinary pressure from corruption scandals, service delivery failures, and growing public dissatisfaction. "Comrade President, you are too soft," Mbalula allegedly said loudly across the room. "This party cannot afford weak leadership when the people are demanding accountability and action. You hesitate while our enemies grow stronger." The room fell silent as many NEC members were shocked by the brazenness of Mbalula's attack. Some nodded in quiet agreement, while others shifted uncomfortably, realizing the seriousness of his words. Reports say unusually calm and diplomatic Ramaphosa looked taken aback. Multiple sources claim he fired back, accusing Mbalula of grandstanding for the media and embarrassing the movement instead of working collectively to solve its problems. "You will not lecture me on leadership," Ramaphosa allegedly snapped back. "I have carried this organization through storms you could never imagine. But I will not tolerate disrespect from my own Secretary-General." The dispute quickly escalated into shouting as both men interrupted one another, each trying to outmuscle the other. The tension soared to the point where other NEC members tried an intervention, but the damage had already been done. In a dramatic moment, Ramaphosa stood up, shut his folder with a slam, and declared he would not stay in a meeting where his integrity was being questioned. He walked out, leaving NEC members shocked and scrambling for order. To many, it was a clear indication that there was a deepening fracture at the heart of the ANC. One senior member, speaking anonymously, said, "We've seen disagreements before, but never something like this. If the President and the Secretary-General cannot stand together, what hope is there for the rest of us?" The fallout was immediate. Outside the meeting, speculation swirled about whether Ramaphosa's authority within the party is beginning to unravel. Opposition parties seized on the drama instantly. John Steenhuisen of the Democratic Alliance mocked the situation, saying the ANC is eating itself alive while South Africans suffer, accusing them of fighting each other instead of addressing Eskom, unemployment, or crime. Julius Malema of the EFF went even further, claiming Ramaphosa has lost control of both his party and the country. "The ANC is in freefall, and soon the people will bury it," he said. Inside the ANC, whispers of new factional alignments grew louder. Some insiders suggest that Mbalula's outburst was not spontaneous but part of a calculated move supported by disgruntled factions unhappy with Ramaphosa's leadership. Analysts said that might have been a turning point, a moment for the ANC. As the walkout showed more than personal anger, it was a clear widening of the rift between two of the most powerful figures in the party. The NEC is meant to be a space for collective leadership. When the president walks out, it is a signal that unity has broken down. The ANC can ill afford the disarray before elections in which its dominance is already threatened, said political analyst Aubrey Machiki. For many ordinary South Africans, the confrontation only deepened their frustration with the ruling party. On social media, many citizens expressed anger that as ANC leaders were trading insults, people were continuing to suffer blackouts, joblessness, and economic hardships. Now the big question is whether Ramaphosa and Mbalula can repair their fractured relationship, or whether this marks the beginning of a larger power struggle within the party. Insiders say that Ramaphosa could try to assert his authority even more strongly, but others warn that open conflict will give his rivals an upper hand and make the ANC even more unstable. With the party already fighting a declining public support, corruption scandals, and a strengthening opposition, this explosive NEC confrontation could not have come at a worse time. What ought to have been a meeting to unite the party instead exposed the fragility of its leadership and cast doubt on its ability to hold together as the country approaches another decisive election. Ramaphosa's dramatic walkout may go down as one of the most defining and damaging moments in his presidency and in the ANC's long and turbulent history.